Do you want to know what the one thing that I get asked the most from people? If anybody has worked with me, you know anything about me, you've seen me online, the number one question I get asked is, where do you get your energy from? How are you so up and pumped all the time about your life? And eh, it's a combination of a few different things. So I'm going to talk to them about you. But really, if there's one thing that I can explain to you about my life, is what we're going to be talking about today, which is the color code. So for me, I'm going to tell you why. Where do I get my energy from? It's by living according to my values. It's about doing what I want to do just about every minute of the day of my life. Of course, I have things that I have to do. But really, the way I like to look at it is that I get to do it. And now that I know myself, I know what makes me tick, what makes me happy, what makes me sad, what makes me angry, all of these things. I get to decide what my life looks like, how happy I am, how satisfied I am, and that I get to do all of these things in my life the way I want to do them. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Zandra Ross, and I have been an organizational development coach and an executive coach for about 30 years. And that's the one thing that I have found is that people really don't live according to their values, their organizations, their companies, their personal lives. We are so busy living based on what everybody else wants, what everybody else thinks of us, that there's a great percentage of us that don't really focus on what we want, who we are, what we need, and what's going to help us show up the most effectively in our lives. And so today, that's what I'm here to do is talk to you a little bit about how important it is to be true to yourself, live according to your values. And where do you start? Because this might seem like a lot of pucky to you if you're not sure, but don't worry about it. That's what I'm here to talk to you about. So I wasn't always like this. Well, honestly, instinctively at my core, I am this happy, energetic, joyous being that just wants to bring happiness and joy to many other people. But have I always embraced that? Have I always focused my energy and attention on that? No, I haven't. What I did was I got very, very sick. I focused on everybody else's needs in my life. I've always been a people pleaser and always just honestly probably served people a lot so they would like me and approve of me, because generally when you're helping people, they tend to be kind to you. But then low self-esteem, imposter syndrome also got me to befriend people and get into situations that weren't the best for me because I was so desperate to be loved, have acceptance, tolerance, whatever those things are, and to find my purpose in the world and what my life is supposed to be about, right? What is everybody looking for? Their great purpose to their lives. So what happened to me is I just kept serving and serving and serving and thinking, yes, I had the house, I had the husband, I had the kids, I had a great job, I had great friends. And I woke up about, I don't know, 10 years ago, and I was completely blind in my right eye. And I don't know when it started. I don't know if I woke up blind. I don't know. Um, what I do know is that I'd been getting warning signs for about a week, week and a half. I thought it was a sinus headache, but I had this intense pain in my head. And then all of a sudden I woke up and it was Christmas Day. And all I could think about was, I have all this work to do. When are these kids going to get their presents, finish getting them unwrapped so I can get back to work? Because that's what's important here. And so I was like, no way. Sorry, dog's making noise here. Get out. Sorry, dog's bugging. Always somebody wants you, right? So I woke up on Christmas Day completely blind, not sure when it happened, if I woke up that way, went to bed that way. I don't know. My brain compensated. And the crazy thing was, I didn't do anything for 4 days. 3 days, I think it was. And then finally, everything opened up and I didn't go to the hospital. I was still blind, not a ring of light. I went to the eye doctor, the optometrist, and they basically said, this can be something really bad or it can be something that's nothing. And so I was like, okay, what is that? And they said, well, it could be 20% chance you have multiple sclerosis. Oh dear, that can be bad. Can also be not a big deal either, depending on how you manage it. But I was like, and then it could be something else. So I ended up talking to a specialist. What do I do with my life? How do I deal with it? She said, you need to chill out. You need to do the opposite of what you're doing right now. So it put me on this journey. And a good friend of mine said, you know what, Zan, you should really take this personality assessment. I don't believe in any of that, but I don't know. There's something about this that really resonated with me. And she's a lawyer, a dear friend who just thought, wasn't big into the psychology of stuff until she took this personality assessment, this core motivation assessment. Well, let me tell you, as soon as I took it, I realized I'd been living my life as a red. And if you'll learn more about the color code. It's really about moving things from A to B. And that's the priority. Be quiet. That's the priority of the red, is to get things done, move things from A to B. And when I took this test, what I realized is I'm a yellow. I love to have fun. And no matter what I'm doing, there has to be an element of fun to it. And in a lot of ways, I'm completely opposite to a red. And so what happened is, when I was not living according to who my true self was, what my true values were, what was important to me instead of everyone else, and having some really core values with my family and with the people that I work with, a real vision about where we were going in our lives, it made me sick. And once I figured out, oh my God, I know who I am. I know what I've been doing wrong all this time. Hallelujah. Did life turn around overnight? Hell no, of course not. It's not that easy, my friends. But I promise you, day by day, inch by inch, second by second, my life gradually got better. And it wasn't that it was terrible before. It was just when you are not living in alignment with yourself, what makes you tick, living with emotional intelligence every single second of the day, allowing everybody else's emotions, their desires, dreams, wishes, ambitions for you to get in the way of who you really are and who you want to be and how you want to show up. Well, then, my friend, you are going to go blind, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. So if any of you are burnt out, and I think that's really what I went through, was burnout. Mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional burnout. And so what got me back on track, baby? This personality assessment, the color code. So, okay, that's my story in the past. What's happening right now? I like to call it the Great Resignation. And I don't know if you feel it, but much like my story, the pandemic, the things that we're living right now have forced individuals to shift the way they live, work, and play, either willingly or unwillingly, right? Some of us diving head first into it, like myself, other of us not so much. And yes, there is a lot of crap going on, but there's also a lot of positivity that can come depending on you taking this time to get to know yourself and being ready for that next great evolution of yourself. Alrighty. So everybody right now is rethinking the way they live their life, their jobs, their priorities, how this fits in with their life. And what's happening is the Great Resignation. And what does that mean? So for an example, people working from home, this has allowed for hopefully a better work-life balance for a lot of people. No more time commuting back and forth to work, saving money on fuel, parking fees, things like that. Being able to spend more time with the people you love, your pets, your kids, your friends, being able to learn more, do these types of trainings and workshops that maybe you didn't have time to do before. But whatever it is that you need, okay, whatever you are wanting more of in your life, and if you're not sure, even better, the color code can help you determine what is most important to you and what you can do to achieve your goals. Okay. So this is really for that person who wants to evolve into the next great version of themselves. Okay. Your kick-assy self is what I like to call it. So what is this color code I've been talking about? It's a core motivation assessment. It's really looking deep down into what motivates you, what gets you up each and every day in the morning. And more importantly, what motivates all the other people around you? And generally, we find there's 4 core types of people. And is this meant to paint you into a box that you can never escape from? No, this is meant to free you from any box that you might be in and help you grow yourself in every way, shape, or form. Okay. So for you to understand, or for you to reach your goals and objectives, you really need to understand you. Okay. And if you want to do that, really at the heart of this is emotional intelligence. And that's really about being able to understand what makes you tick, managing what makes you tick so that you're not triggered by other people, then learning to manage the emotions of other people in the world as well. So that's conflict management, that's empathy, that's helping people in a healthy way that isn't killing you. Okay. So it's super important to figure out what you do versus what you do is simply a piece of what you why you need to do it. Sorry, my dog is totally distracting me right now. I'm trying to be all professional, but he's kind of making it difficult. So please be quiet. Thank you. I'll get back to business now. Hey, this is my live. I can do whatever the heck I want, right? Alrighty, so let me get refocused, friends. So you need to know why you do what you do versus simply what you do, right? This is the difference. Motivation is the difference between this and behavior, because most of us can see a behavior, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on, the reason that behavior is happening. And if we don't understand those underlying factors, it's going to be really hard to have good communications with everybody in our lives, but also helping ourselves move ourselves forward. Okay. So what is this color code? Like I said, you need to tune in. It's 4 different types. We generally talk about it's 4 motivations. One, there's power, which is one motivation, which is signified by red. Blue, their superpower, I like to call it, is relationships, intimacy. My whites, your superpower is peace, inner and outer peace. Yellows, your superpower is fun. And so all of us are a blend of these colors in some way, shape, or form. And we can choose when we turn up these different motivations in our life to help us build better relationships with everyone around us. And that includes deciding on what our goals are, what our business, our dream business might be, who our ideal partner is, right? A relationship, who our friend group should be like, what kinds of people do we want, and who can help us reach our goals really at the end of the day. And how do I get along better just generally with everyone in my life? That is life-changing, my friends. And that is why I live every single day with joy now, is because I know exactly what makes me happy and I make time to do it every single day. I don't live like a drama llama anymore, right? Being at the whim of everybody else's emotions or being sad and hoping everybody knows that I'm sad. I say what I feel what I do, and I act on that every single day. And I want that for you. Okay. So what does that look like? November 19th, this Friday, we are going to be hosting a virtual color code workshop. I am so excited because normally I only do this in person for organizations. This is the second time that I have done this in a public way such as this. I would love for you to be in on it, my friends. It is amazing. I promise you, I will keep the action going throughout the whole workshop. And if you can't make it, you're going to get a recording of it. Okay. So don't worry about it. So what is this? What is included in this? So you're going to get the color code online assessment, all right, which is like a $50 value. You're going to get a personalized results guide. So it's a 40 to 50 page analysis of your results that are specifically for you that will blow your mind, people. All right. And this is about a $200 value. When I work with one-on-one clients, that's what they pay for these tools. There's going to be a workbook to help you walk step by step through our workshop and be able to help you implement all of the teachings, all of the things that you're going to learn from this color code. Already. And that's about a $200 value. Then you are going to get a 3-hour color code workshop. It's going to be a webinar on Friday, November 19th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time until about 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't worry about it. You can only make part of it. We are going to be recording it. So even if you can't make all of it or any of it, don't worry about it. You are going to get a recording of it to watch indefinitely. You are going to get a free 30-minute consult with me afterwards. So we can talk about a little bit more how you can implement the color code successfully, depending if you are an entrepreneur, if if you are a family member who's trying to blend families, right? This is a great thing too. If you know your partner, you know all the kids, you can start to figure out a game plan for you to interact more effectively and more healthfully. Alrighty. So you are also going to be joining a private client-only Facebook group for accountability. Other people, finding like-minded people that you can talk about this, because it's like another language for some people, and really creating a spark team, because man, you are like the 5 people that you surround yourself most with. So there's a little activity for you just to think about: how energized do I feel by my life right now? How satisfied am I with the people that I hang out with, that I share my energy with, the job that I have? Scale 1, I feel drained, I'm miserable at the end of it, to 10, oh my God, I am living every single day with joy, even when shit gets in the way, right? It's up to you. You get to choose. So you get to choose. Think about that. All right. Think about that, because so many of us are feeling that we are at the whim of COVID, of the world, of everybody else's wants, needs. I promise you, you are not. It's time to resign from whatever mindset has been holding you back in the past. It's time to resign from not knowing what your next step is, right? That next evolution of yourself. So come on now, get a jump start on your 2022 goals and visit zandraross.ca /CCW. We're going to put that link into every piece here. And this is the link where you can go and sign up for this workshop on Friday. If you're not sure, again, zandraross.ca /CCW. And I know I've got some of my team watching now. So if you could go and hit all of our social media sites and get that link out to all of our people. You've all should have, anybody that's getting our emails right now, you will have gotten that as well. So check your promotions tab if you haven't received it yet. All right, my friends, this went on way too long. I'm sorry. I wanted it to be short, but I just haven't talked to you in so long. And I wanted to connect with you and let you know a little bit about what I've been working on. And come on, baby, it's time. You deserve this. It's time for you to embrace joy, embrace that next stage, that next evolution of your life, of who you are. You deserve it. And I promise you, you are never too young. You are never too old. And it's never too late to start living the life that you want to live. So please, please, please join me this Friday, November 19th. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to comment in whatever social media venue you're watching this in, or feel free to send me an email at zandra@zandraross.ca. Private message me on Facebook or Instagram or in LinkedIn. Wherever you're at, please let me know, because I want to help you change the rest of your life, because today, baby, is the first day of the rest of your life. So go check the link. There's some different price points on there, depending, especially if you are a member who's already taken the color code with me. We've got a special deal for you. So I won't throw away any numbers. Go check now and let me know if you have any questions. Mwah! Have a fantastic day. And I really, really, I can't say enough. I cannot wait to share this with you if you haven't taken this yet. Okay. And if you already have, I promise you, you know my style. It is never the same. And you are going to learn more about yourself and about everybody else around you, and be able to really start to decide, what is 2022 going to look like for you. Fantastic day, everybody. Talk to you soon.